Hi, my name is Seth and welcome back for another video. This is the last video of the differential gearbox and we are going to do the assembly of all the parts that we created to build our differential system. This is the picture of the differential system and let's try to make it with Solidworks. So let's begin by creating a new file and let's make it an assembly. They will ask you to add the first component of your system and I'm going to select the first cover. Let's put it somewhere here. Now I'm going to add the other components of my differential system. So click on the assembly here, insert component and click on the second cover. Let's put it somewhere here. And let's begin our mate settings. So I'm going to select this cylinder and this one, click on mate and they will give you the concentric mate. Click OK. Now I'm going to separate these two parts to work on each one of them separately. So I'm going to begin with the second cover and let's insert the components that will be fixed to the second cover. So the first component will be the joint. I'm going to insert my joint. Let's rotate this component about Z. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to select this cylinder, this one, click on mate. They will give me the concentric mate. Okay. Second mate that we need is this face. Rotate this one, click OK. The third one will be this face with this one, and here we have the joint fixed to the cover. So now if we try to rotate the joint, you can see that we have also the cover rotating. The other thing that will be with the second cover is the shaft. So I'm going to insert my shaft here, open, let's put it somewhere. Good. I'm going to select this cylinder with this one to give the concentric mate. Click on mate. Okay, so the part that will be fixed to the shaft will be the first gear. So I'm going to insert my first gear. Now I'm going to select this face. Let's rotate this face and click on mate. They will give me the coincident mate. Good. Now I'm going to select cylinder and this one, click on mate and they will give me the concentric mate again. Click OK. Good. Now we have the gear fixed to the shaft. If we zoom in, you can see that the teeth are now on the best position with the gear. Now let's zoom in. I'm going to select this face. Let's hide the second cover. Click on this one and click on hide component. Good. Now I'm going to select this face. And I'm going to select this face to give the coincident mate. Now we have the teeth fixed to the gear. So now if we try to move or if we try to rotate our shaft, you can see that the gear also rotates with the shaft. Good. Click OK. Let's show our second cover. Show component. Good. Now we just finished about the second cover. Now I'm going to work on the first cover. So let's zoom in and I'll insert my components. The first component is the second gear. Let's put it somewhere here. I'll select this cylinder with this one to give the concentric mate. Let's switch direction by clicking on flip mate alignment. Then click OK. Now if we go back to our differential system, you can see that we have another two gears that we didn't create. So I didn't create these two gears because I already have them on the Solidworks library. So I'm going to click on the toolbox, scroll down, ISO file, power transmission, gears, and select the straight bevel gear. Now, as you can see, I have the same bevel gear needed on the differential system because the last time I used Solidworks, I used this gear. So normally for you, they will show you the first gear that we created. So we need to configure your component. So scroll down here, make sure the number of teeth is 30, the pinion's number of teeth should be 40, the pressure angle, keep it on 20, the face width should be 8, the hub diameter should be 13, and the mounting distance should be 100. Then click OK. They will ask me to add another one, so I will do it because we need to. Then I will click on cancel. Perfect. Now I'm going to select this cylinder with this one and then click on mate. Let's flip the mate alignment by clicking on this icon. Perfect. Click OK. I'm going to drag this one here. Good. Now we have the first two gears inside the first cover. Now I'm going to add the gear mate between these two gears, but before doing that, I'm going to select the first gear here, click on it, scroll down, search for the base revolve, then click on this sketch and click on show. Now we have the form of our sketch created. Now let's go on view, show, and let's show the temporary axis. So I need this point to be on this axis, on this blue axis. So let's click on this point, click Control, then click on this axis and click on this coincident mate. Perfect. Now before creating the gear mate, as you can see now, the teeth are not on a good position. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to move my first gear here, and let's get a better positioning with the teeth. Like that. Good. Click OK. Now we can add the gear mate settings. So click on mate. So click on mate, scroll down, mechanical mates, and click on gear. Go back and we will do some mate selections. I'm going to select this circle, select the circle and not the face. Select this circle here and always begin with the big gear. So click on this circle, then I'll click on the other one. Good. Scroll down again and the ratio here should be 40 to 30. 40 for the big gear and 30 for the small gear. Then click OK. And here we have the gear mates. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the second gear. So I'm going to select this cylinder, and this one, and then click on mate. So let's flip the mate alignment by clicking on this icon. Click OK. Good. So let's do the same thing. So I'm going to select this point and the axis, and they will give me automatically the coincident mate. Click OK. Now before adding the mate settings, let's make sure the teeth are in the right position. So now I'm not going to select the big gear. So I'm going to move this second small gear to get the positioning that I need. So let's zoom in. Like that. Good. And now we will add the gear mate. So click on mate, scroll down, mechanical mates, gears, select the first circle of the big gear and second circle of the small gear. The ratio here should be 40 to 30 again. Then click OK. Now if we try to move or to rotate one of the gears, so let's try to rotate this one, you can see that all the gears are rotating together. Perfect. Now we have all the parts of our differential gearbox. Now if we go back to the picture, you can see that the fourth gear, which is the gear that fixed to the shaft, is also in the gear mate, the two gears on the side. So this is exactly what we are going to do. So I'm going to zoom in to in the first cover and select this axis here. Let's rotate our system. Now we can hide the temporary axis, and I will select this face here. Click on Control, then click on this face. Now click on Mate, and the mate that we need is the distance mate, and the distance between them is 11 millimeters. Click OK. So if we zoom out, you can see that the gears are together. Click OK, and let's move our first gear here to get a good positioning with the teeth, like that. Click OK, and let's begin our mate settings. So first click on the big gear here, on this circle, then click on this circle here, click on mate, scroll down, mechanical mates, gear, the ratio should be 40 to 30 again. Click OK, and here we have the mate settings. So now if we try to rotate for example this shaft, you can see that all the gears are rotating together, and this is exactly the differential system. So let's finish our system here. So let's put the two covers together. So I will click on this face, rotate, and click on this one, click on mates, but they are not on the position that we need. So I'm going to select this cylinder of the hole and this cylinder of the other hole, and they will give me the concentric mate. And there you go, all the pieces of the differential are together. So now let's try to rotate the shaft. So first, to see the gears inside, click on this cover and then click on change transparency. Good, now we can see the cover and the gears inside. Let's rotate our shaft. So click on move component. Let's move the shaft. So as you can see, the whole system of the differential gearbox is working. Now let's finish by adding screws, hex bolts and screws, and click on the hex bolt ISO 4162. Let's drag it here and wait for a second to give you the form that you need on your hole. So click OK. Good. Let's change M5 to M6. Let's rotate this and let's drag this one like that. Perfect. Click OK. And let's do the same thing on the other parts. Perfect. And finally, we have our fourth system ready to use. This differential gearbox is a very good exercise. First, by creating the parts, we learned how to create a bevel gear, we learned how to create some strange forms, we learned how to create the shaft, and then on the assembly, we used the mates that you can use in the gears, and we learned how to put gears together. So I think the differential gearbox is a very good exercise to be a professional user of Solidworks, and I hope you like it. The next system that we are going to work on is the clutch system, which is a very hard system to build. Some parts are extraordinarily hard, and we will learn a lot of things on the second system. So see you on the next video of the introduction of the clutch system. Peace out.